In this video, I recreated all 24 tracks on the Formula 1 calendar this year on my browser. This is episode 2, and if you want to see the first 3 tracks, they're done in episode 1. This episode will be making Japan, China, and Miami. Also, I'll be linking all the tracks for you to play as well. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. Alright, so I've pulled up the track here, and it doesn't look that hard to do, except for this part where it kind of overlaps. This will be challenging to do, but I'll figure out a way. Alright, head into the editor here and start the track. So there's a long straight at the beginning, like always, and then there's a slight turn, so I'll add a chicane, and it immediately leads into a sharp U-turn, so I'll go ahead and do that. Now we have a bit of a straight and then a wavy segment like this. So for this part, I can do exactly what I did last episode for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, as that worked out quite well. Okay, so now we're around here. I don't think a full U-turn would fit properly, so I'll just add a really long mild turn for this part. So now we can make a small straight go until here and add a sharp turn. Okay, so now we can make a straight and then a chicane and a sharp U-turn here. The rest of the track is quite easy, so I'll make it on a time lapse, but then show you guys what I did for this part. Alright, so we're at the intersection here. There's 2 things we can do. At the bottom left, you can see there's this thing called height. Use a ramp to increase the height and place tracks over there. But because these cars don't have enough downforce, they will just go flying off. So the solution that I came up with is that if we go here, there's a track piece that we can add that has an entrance in all 4 directions. This will allow us to make an intersection. So this is the finished track, and I honestly think it could be better, but it's fine. I'm going to quickly add checkpoints and then we can test it. Alright, so the track is finished and I'm quite proud of this one. It looks quite good as well. So let's go ahead and test it. Alright, so starting off here, we've got the straight. This is quite simple. I did not have to brake that early there, it looks like, but it's fine. We'll continue the run. It's just a practice anyway. So now we've got the twisty turny part. This is something that I liked in the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix as well, so it's quite fun for this track as well. Alright, looks like we crashed. Okay, so I'm back to where I was, and that was unexpected, but it's fine. Let's go ahead and finish the track off. So we've got a sharp turn here. And now in this intersection, you have to be careful not to get confused and just keep going straight and not turn. Okay, so now we've got a high speed U-turn here. This should be quite easy. Alright, that was fine. And now we're going to turn back into the long straight where the tracks cross over. Alright, so now we have these 2 sharp chicanes where you have to slow down quite a bit if you're not careful. But that's quite easy. And now we can finish the track off, and there we go. That's a time of 1:06, not bad. Alright, now we've got the Chinese Grand Prix, and this definitely looks a lot easier. So right off the bat here, we can see that we can make a simple straight, and then keep the turn going in for 270 degrees, and then we can create a sort of U-turn here, and then continue the track like this, create a chicane, so it goes around here, and then another mild turn here, with a chicane at the end. Then we can have 2 sharp turns here, and then another sharp turn here, and then a 270 degree turn here, and then this long straight. After that, we can finish it off with a U-turn and a sharp turn, and then join the track back. So I'll go ahead and create this with a time lapse. I don't think any extra commentary is needed, so I'll see you when it's done. Alright, so now I'm done. This track looks a bit shorter than normal, but we'll test it out after I add the checkpoints and walls. Alright, so now I've finished everything. Let's go ahead and test it and see how long the track is. So just running off, we have the straight here. And I've placed a checkpoint to show that that's where we have to brake. I've done that with all my tracks so far actually, but I just forgot to mention it. Alright, so going on here, we have a bit of a easier part of the straight. For that U-turn, we have to slow down quite a bit, it looks like. Looks like we're already past halfway and it's only been 30 seconds, so I was right about the track being much shorter. Now we have this sharp turn before 270 degree U-turn. And now we have the long straight and a U-turn. We have to brake really early for that. Alright, now we got the final segment of the track and I got way less than a minute. With a bit more practice, I think people can easily get under 50 seconds. For the third and final track of this episode, we've got the Miami Grand Prix. So this track seems a bit more challenging because of this part, but here's my plan. I'm going to start off with a straight here and a sharp turn with 2 chicanes to create this part. Then we can make a slight U-turn and create the wavy part like we did earlier in the episode for the Japanese Grand Prix. Then we can make a U-turn first with a mild turn, then make it sharp at the end. Then for this area, I think I'm just going to make a long straight and then make a small chicane for this part and then use multiple chicanes and connect them up so that when you're driving, it feels like it's a diagonal segment of the track. Then we can make a sharp turn here, a U-turn here, and then 2 sharp turns here, another sharp turn here, and this very long straight. Then we can make a sharp turn here. So instead of turning back here, we can make it turn out all the way here because there's only 90 degree turns. And then we can turn it back here and create a U-turn like this and finish off the track. For this one, I also think there's no extra commentary needed. So I'll see you when it's done. Alright, so I finished the track and it doesn't look too bad. But one thing that I'd have to do, I moved the starting line a bit because there was enough space to add this U-turn in. And I didn't want to make this straight over here way too long. Well, anyways, I'm going to add checkpoints and walls and then we can go ahead and test it. Alright, now everything's done. Let's go ahead and test it and see how long it takes to finish the track. Alright, so starting off here, the beginning is going to be quite easy as there aren't really too many sharp turns or any confusing parts of the track. So I'm going to quickly breeze through that and show you where it's actually going to get hard. Alright, so after this where I had to improvise for the diagonal part, at the end of this, the turn kind of camouflages in, so you can see it was quite hard for me to catch it there. And it's not like we can add checkpoints to a chicane, which is going to be quite confusing for people playing the track for the first time. Alright, so that part was quite easy. So now we've got the long straight. We have to be careful with this one because at the end of it, we need to know to brake early. Alright, so we're about to finish the track off here, and that's a time of 1 minute 8 seconds. So the Miami Grand Prix is definitely on the longer side of tracks, but I'll make it more fun. Well, that's going to be it for this video, and the next episode we're going to be making Imola, Monaco, and the Canadian Grand Prix. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Also, just for staying this long, thank you so much, and if you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe and like, and make sure to comment for more feedback so I can improve my videos even more. Until then, see you in the next one.